Absolutely frigid. I don't know if people can actually live in these temperatures. Unbelievably cold. Ottawa, the capital of Canada, apparently one of the coldest capitals in the world. Now, originally, I'm not from Ottawa. If I had known that Ottawa got this cold, I'm not too sure I ever would have come. Yeah, it's cold. Cold. Anyways, a few things to talk about today. FTP tests. I did an FTP test a couple of days ago. And I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but my power bumped up a little bit. I went from 214 to 227. A couple of things with that. Either means I was sandbagging my number all along and I should have been working harder. The other thing is now with Zwift, I have a higher FTP, quite considerable. That's a big jump. What is that, 13 watts? So now all my training zones have bumped up a little bit. I will do a ride today and I'll see how painful that's going to be. There is always an adjustment when your FTP changes. Usually it's much harder of an adjustment when it bumps up a little bit. So stay tuned on that. The other thing is I need to go to the bike store. Not that we'll be riding outside anytime soon, but I do need to get a 160 millimeter center lock rotor for Linda's Wovens. So we'll be doing that. And at the same time, I checked the brake pads and we do need a new set of those. So new rotor, new brake pads. We're gonna go do that. I'm also gonna get that taken care of. And maybe a bit of a trim here. Looking a little unkempt. It's not too bad out here. As long as you stay out of the wind and don't spend too much time actually outside. All right. Brake rotor, brake pads. Let's see how we get on. Okay, made it back from the barber and the bike shop. You notice a difference? Please tell me you notice a difference. It's way shorter, much cleaner. Beard, yeah, he didn't get around to the beard. But that's okay. As long as this is looking pretty sharp, it pulls this in quite nicely. Successful trip to the bike store. Brake pads, these are the LO5As. These are replacing LO3As, resin-based brake pads. Got a rotor. This is a 160 mil Shimano rotor. It's actually multi-purpose, can be used on a road bike or a mountain bike. The one difference is, so I put a Dura-Ace rotor on Linda's rear brake mechanism last year. That has a true center lock mechanism. And by that I mean it has, you use the tool that you would use to remove a cassette to put that bad boy on. This one does not have that. So that meant I needed to buy a new tool. And I got this, which ostensibly is a bottom bracket removal tool. This is what I'm going to need to put Linda's front rotor brake together. Let's get it on. That's a wrap. I just filmed installing the brake rotor. I didn't film me installing the brake pads, faffing around with that. Nobody needs to see that level of frustration. It's always difficult when you put on brand new brake pads and a brand new caliper, or even when you're just putting on brand new brake pads. There's always a small adjustment period, trying to not have the pads rub against the rotor, so on and so forth. So there was a little bit of faffing around with that. I got it done. Everything seems to be tickety-boo. Linda's good to go for when she rides again in 3-4 months. Sad, sad times. Anyways, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great week. We will regroup. Take care of one another.